Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. Well, tomorrow we are going live with Kendrick Tucker and we're doing hot, messy topics. And then, of course, next week, Jason is starting Anchor Watch right here on Up and Adam Channel 1. And I am so excited for that. Plus, you're going to see him now as like a reoccurring person on hot, messy topics. And I believe we have the Taste of Reality girls next week, too. So, all good things, all good things. Now, with that, we're back to talk about more of this Real Housewives of New Jersey drama. It is not stopping. I'll explain exactly what's going on. Dina Manzo's daughter coming forward, that has created a lot of controversy. And yeah, you better believe we're going to talk about it. And we got a video to play for you too. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from. Don't forget to get subscribed. And also, I don't know if you guys have seen, but if you haven't, go over and check out our Up and Adam channel, right? We want you guys to go see that. You guys can go to upandadamlive.com. We have trending news, brand celebrity news, royal news. We have Bravo blinds that you can submit. We have reviews. All you have to do is go make a profile. It is free. That way you can join in the community, comment, and do all of the things. Love you guys. Let's go. So Dina Manzo, you guys remember she had this whole situation with Tommy Manzo. The situation was horrific. Apparently there are multiple sides to this though. Jacqueline Larita's daughter, Ashlee, is coming forward. And then you have Caroline Manzo's daughter, Lauren, who's coming forward. And then you also have Dina Manzo's daughter, Lexi, who is coming forward. It seems like nobody's on the same page with this. And I'm going to explain exactly why. But just to give you guys the background, Lexi, who is the daughter of Dina, you can see right here, she did share some details about this uncomfortable relationship with her former stepfather, Tommy Manzo. It was on Gia Giudice's podcast where she said Tommy had this weird obsession with her, noting that, you know, he kept her childhood room intact for years and believed that she would eventually return. She said that she was not comfortable. But let me say one thing, too. With the keeping of the childhood belongings, I have a former step-parent who I had a lot of childhood belongings that I don't have access to. And I think that when my parent broke that relationship off, they wanted that attachment in a weird way. Not a weird way, because I don't think it's weird, but because that was what they had left of me. And so even in my like adult life, I've asked like, hey, I don't have any of my childhood things really, photos and objects and just nothing, So can I have those? And they're like, well, we don't have them anymore. I'm like, it's not true because your sibling told me that you do. So yes, this is, it kind of, I think hits home for me, but she did express that she was not comfortable with his overly affectionate behavior. And I think that that's weird too. She found it pretty unsettling, especially since her biological parents were not that way. But Lexi also talked about the fact that Tommy retained her belongings as a means of like control, using them to maintain some sort of hold over her. And she did say that there was a prison phone call from Tommy, which she didn't answer because there was a restraining order. But later she wished that she had confronted him to express some of the feelings that she had because she was pissed. And she wanted to seek closure, and she emphasized that for a long time she has lived in fear, but now she's found the strength and no longer feels intimidated by Tommy Manzo. As for Ashlee Holmes, who's Jacqueline Larita's daughter, she responded to this interview and she defended the Manzo family. She gave this heartfelt message on Instagram stating that the Manzos, though they're not her blood relatives, they have been a supportive family to her. And she did talk about a lot of times when they opened their home to her and helped her during difficult periods. And she said that the family's silence in the face of the public scrutiny was not an admission of guilt, but it was like an act of grace. And she hinted that the family would soon share their side of the story to address the allegations and provide more clarity. I want to see what that looks like. Clearly, we have multiple different sides. Dolores Catania, she sent in a letter talking about Tommy Manzo's character after he engaged in these acts that were horrendous towards Dina. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Dolores is a very sound woman. So why would you submit that letter? Unless there's just things that we don't know, which clearly I think that that's what they're alluding to, is that there are things that we don't know. But as far as Lauren Manzo, this is what she said.
This is something that I never wanted to have to address. By now, a lot of you have seen my cousin Lexi and some of the things that she had said publicly. This is not an easy thing for me to talk about. Above all else, I will start by saying that I love my cousin Lexi very much. She is the closest thing that I have ever and will ever have to a sister, and I still feel that way now. You have to remember that this is both sides of my family. So it's my mom's side that has extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and my father's side. So the reason that we don't speak on it is because this isn't just about us. Me not saying anything is because there are grandmothers on both sides. There are aunts and uncles on both sides that did not do anything. Hey, this is something that, so I had let Lexi know about the garage sale, and she was like, you need to go, please go. And the only reason I was hesitant to go is because I did not want to put their antennas up. I felt that if I went in as a representative of Lexi, that I would have been iced out from anything and completely iced me out of any opportunity to possibly get into the house. And that's why I didn't want to go myself. I wanted someone to go and take a video. Once we had a video, then we can go in and do what we needed to do. I don't want to raise anyone's antennas and hurt any possibility of us figuring out who had access to the house so we can get in. And I was right. That's exactly what happened. Once I went there and made it clear that I was there for Lexi, I mean, they wouldn't go. So I had.
Yeah. I don't think that this is easy for anybody. You know, I think that for Lexi, one, in my experience, I've seen a lot of people when they grow up, you are receiving a lot of information from outside influences, plus what you've seen for yourself. And then you have your parents in one ear, you have family in another ear, and then you're starting to shape the story. But sometimes it's like playing a game of telephone where you're shaping a story with this narrative or kind of there's like a connotation to it that is not actually true. I'm not saying that that was the case for Lexi, but also it was not Lauren Manzo's job to go in and get this stuff. And she's, first of all, if the guy, by the way, is being accused of things, or like if they have information that this man might have been acting in certain ways, and this is still a part of her family, yeah, like, you're not just going to go in the house. What is she going to break in the house and get your belongings? That's not really her responsibility. And if you're Dina Manzo and you know what this person is capable of, obviously, which is why she got out of there, then you don't care about the things. You know, a lot of times when there's trauma or there's aggression or acts of physical violence or whatever, you just want to grab whatever you can and get the fuck out of that house. I've seen it with my own family. So I just want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. I'm not trying to sway, you know, the Addams family community in any way. I really just want to hear where you guys kind of stand with this. So pop off in the comment section. Also, guys, don't forget, I've said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. And I see where Jason also put up, well, he told me that this was up. I'm going to see who the writer, yeah, it was Jason, put up a new article about the Real Housewives of London. But the comments are starting to come in. We're starting to build the community. You guys can check out our latest YouTube videos. You can check out our podcast. You can go and see our team of incredible writers. Some of them are a little bit more snarky than others, and including our sponsors. But we have Bravo TV news, celebrity news, royal news, reviews, and you guys can also submit blinds. Go check it out. Make a profile. It is all free. Join into the comments and let's get savage AF. I love you guys so much. And we'll see you later. Bye, guys.